And welcome back to David Does. So today, this is my smoker, this is the coal tower, and we are going to do some barbecue smoking. I've got a brisket and a pork loin, and we're going to make some magic. So, let's go! Tonight, I'm prepping a 2.5 kilo brisket and a 500 gram pork loin for my week's meals. I started by cutting off some of the sinewy fat from the brisket, and I put it aside for tallow. Once the fat was dealt with, I turned to salting, slathering, and seasoning both pieces of meat. For the brisket, I opted for a barbecue beef rub consisting of paprika, garlic powder, oregano, and barbecue seasoning. Then, for the pork loin, I chose a smoky and spicy mix with paprika, cayenne pepper, brown sugar, onion and garlic powder, as well as thyme. Once the meats were seasoned, they were put in the fridge to marinate. The next morning, I took the meat out to come to room temperature, then I fired up the coals for the smoker.
It is on, it is hot.
Alright. Now that the coals are hot, I added some boiling water to keep the meat succulent, then I waited for the smoker to come up to temperature.
Let's see what temperature we...
Finally, it was time to put the meat in the smoker and add our first bit of applewood chips for some flavour.
It's almost 7:15, so we're gonna start the stopwatch. And we're gonna check in regularly, and hopefully we get a beautifully cooked brisket in 10 hours.
Let's go. Next, I sorted out the tallow, cutting it into small pieces and putting it on low heat for 4 hours. Now that all the action was over, all I had to do was check to maintain temperature, water, and lightly spray the brisket with apple juice to prevent drying out the meat. As I hit the 2-hour mark, it was time to wrap the pork loin in alfoil to keep it juicy. I added a bit more rub to allow the brown sugar to caramelize onto the meat, and then put it back for another hour. At the 3-hour mark, I checked the pork loin to make sure it had hit the correct internal temperature and pulled it out. I think I nailed it.
I'm pretty damn happy with that.
Then, the inevitable happened.
I knew this time would come. 84 degrees.
Unfortunately, due to the ash buildup and my lapse in attention, I had to heat up some coals again. Lucky for me, it didn't take long before we were back around 105, and I don't think the temperature was too low for long.
And climbing.
Excellent. Save the day. Alrighty, so
Just an update on the tallow.
it's looking great. After an improvised straining method was employed, and I had separated the crunchy pieces from the clear fat, then all I had to do was pour it into a jar and store it in the fridge.
I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with that. And chuck that into the fridge. And then when I use it, next time we do some cooking. Good.
Alrighty, so we've just crossed the 6-hour mark, and I'm very happy with how it looks. I'm gonna wrap it up in some alfoil to keep the juices in there, and I'm gonna take it off. You're gonna sit nice at 112.
That ain't she purty?
Time for a taste test.
Tiniest bit. That's pretty good seasoning. Oh. That's a real shame my wife's not gonna eat it. I put too much chili in it. She'll find out at dinner. Uh-oh.
Time of deliciousness, 10 hours, 44 minutes.
It's time to check. I may have overcooked that. This is delicious. Now, some might say it's a little bit too seasoned. Don't listen. I want some gherkins, coleslaw, and a fat slab of brisket. 5 of those, fine. Now, my wife doesn't want to be on camera, but she's willing to give a review. We're going to start with this. Please have some water nearby.
Spicy. Not a big fan of the pork loin, but it's juicy, tender, cooked well.
Colouring wise and cook wise, I think I've nailed it. But I may have overdone it with the rub, ever so slightly. But it tastes delicious, so this is my lunch for the next week, so I'm happy. Right, now the brisket. How's it taste? She's chewing. Still chewing.
These are really nice. It's a tad dry.
My wife has just put sauce onto her burger, which unfortunately means it is way too dry for her. Because she doesn't like sauce. So, what would you give it out of 10?
Probably like a 7, because the flavors are really good.
Mm-hmm.
But you've definitely made ones previously that were more juicy and like the
Succulent.
the cook was better as opposed to the spice.
Okay. You heard it. 7 out of 10 for this particular cook. I'll take it. I agree. It's a little bit drier than usual. I did forget to use the foil early enough, so my bad. I will also remember to do the Kranskis next time, but I'm pretty happy. I'm excited for my lunch. I'm excited for the dinners ahead. And yeah, maybe next time I'll try some ribs. Maybe a chicken or a fish. Haven't tried either of those yet. But let's see how we go. Woo!
I could do a better review if you don't want me to say it.
Okay.
I just think this is a dry meat and a dry coleslaw. It's kind of dry.
Cut that.